This is The Lord is One with another Bible lesson, this time from Deuteronomy 21 to 22, and the verses read, Now if you shall say in your heart, How shall we know the word the Lord has not spoken? Whatever a word a prophet speaks in the name of the Lord, if that thing does not happen or come to pass, that is the thing the Lord has not spoken. The prophet that spoke that word impiously, you shall stay away from him. So this verse is talking about how to identify a true prophet versus a false prophet. And it says that if they make a prediction that does not happen, then they are a false prophet. Now, it is my understanding, I think, that this verse can not only apply to prophecy, specific prophecy, but can also apply to certain explanations of things. Like if you explain something happening, and that thing later turns out not to be true, or not a true explanation, especially when you use it as a claim for your prophetic ability, like you claim you knew this through prophetic knowledge, then, and that is a verifiably false claim later on, then you'll know that it's false. So if someone is claiming to be speaking for God in a certain instance, and they say that I know this by God's knowledge, but that thing later turns out to be verifiably false, then that person is a false prophet. And there are several, and we can use this to examine different religions, to see whether a true religion or a false religion. And also, it shows that the Old Testament doesn't rely on just the idea that you should just believe a prophet regardless. It gives an objective measure. And it is my understanding, of course, that this method could not just be used for prophets, but could also be used in a greater extent to other situations as well. And it gives us a method based on predictable power. So the predictability, predictable nature of a prophet's words allows us to test that claim. Basically the verse is saying that we should examine something, look at what should happen if that thing is true, make predictions based on if that thing is true, and then see the results and judge accordingly. That is what the verse is saying. And even though in this specific situation it applies to prophets, in not all situations, I don't think it has to. And I'll give an example of this in a later Bible lesson. Thank you, and God bless.